Bam, my peoples, my peoples. Welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you know you're gonna get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. I'm Jay Smith. Let's get it, my peoples. Y'all know today we're gonna talk about Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. My peoples, that's a fight that we're gonna enjoy this weekend, this upcoming Saturday. And I gotta tell you, you know, I already see folks predicting that Barrios is gonna wash Pacquiao, that he might make it look easy, he's gonna knock him out, all of that. And I just wanna say, we did exactly the same thing when he was gonna fight Keith Thurman. Yes, he was 40 years old back then, and now he's 46. There's a difference. But still, I'm putting it out there. I'm not willing to write Manny Pacquiao off. I'm simply not. I feel like with what he's done in the past, there's just no way you write him off. And Mario Barrios can fight. He's a champion for a reason. He's a legitimate champion. He's gonna be the favorite. He should be expected to win this fight. I understand that. And if anybody tells me they see him winning it, I respect that. But I have to say, man, Manny Pacquiao is a fighter that you just cannot write him off. We've seen him, make history over and over so many times throughout his career. Angry Mexican. Good morning, Jay Smith. Good morning, my brother. Bam. How many times have we seen Manny Pacquiao make history throughout his career? So to just write him off and say, nah, Mario Barrios is just going to beat him up. I don't know, man. I don't know. Honestly, I cannot just write him off. In fact, in fact, when it came time to make a prediction, I can't even bet against Manny Pacquiao. Him being 46 years old and me knowing the size advantage that Barrios is gonna have, I still can't go against Manny Pacquiao. Still can't do it. So we're gonna see. I'm sure we're gonna see an interesting fight. I'm sure it's gonna be competitive, and Manny Pacquiao might actually get old right in front of us. I mean, he's already. I'm not saying that we're gonna see him gradually or physically see it, but what I mean is that this may actually be the first time where Manny Pacquiao looks old in the ring. It can happen. But again, until I don't see evidence of that happening, I just have a hard time assuming that it will. I really do, my peoples. I get it. 46 years old is tough to come back at that age and win. But I have to remind you that there's fighters who have done it. In fact, Bernard Hopkins was older when he did it. So it's been done. What Manny Pacquiao is trying to do, it's not like it hasn't been done. Now, he is at a disadvantage because of his size. See? So, for example, Bernard Hopkins came back and won a title. Was he 50 or 51? I don't know, but he was older and he's a big dude. He's a big guy. So he wasn't fighting. He wasn't the small guy in the ring when he came back. Manny Pacquiao at 46 is going to be the small guy. So that disadvantage is going to be tough for him to overcome versus a champion like Mario Barrios. Can he overcome it? We'll see, man. But if anybody can, Manny Pacquiao. That's the guy. Angry Mexican. My prediction for the future: Pac-Man beats Barrios. Tank beats Roach. Ooh. And PBC is going to make the mega fight Pac-Man versus Tank at 147. I mean, that is a mega fight. But I tell you what, You got to keep this in mind, my brother. If Tank Davis, if Manny Pacquiao beats Mario Barrios to become the world champion, everybody is gonna call him out. Everybody's gonna want in on the Manny Pacquiao sweepstake, and the person in front of that line, who is it? If they decide that they want that action, Floyd Mayweather. And I'm putting that name out there, Angry Mexican, because I'm gonna remind you that it was just a few months ago that George Camboza said he was contacted about a fight with Floyd Mayweather. So we already know, even though that fight didn't happen, because Camboza's moved on to fight somebody else, but we already know that Floyd has been playing with the idea of coming back. Because Camboza said it wasn't going to be an exhibition, it would have been a real fight. And what a coincidence that happened right after Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios was announced. So I'm thinking to my head, damn, Floyd Mayweather thinking about, doing a fight first, and Manny Pacquiao wins, he'll go over there and snatch that title from him to become then the oldest welterweight champion ever. That would be insane. Angry Mexican, okay, 49 years old, Bernard Hopkins. Okay, appreciate it, my brother. We love the Fox and Box Center. Maker, salute Jay Smith in chat. My brother Maker, what's the deal? Bam. Angry Mexican, that's a good choice. I could see it. Maker, Floyd will come out and do Pack Dirty. I'm trying to tell you, I found it an interesting coincidence that Floyd Mayweather was talking to a fighter about coming back right around the same time that we found out that Manny Pacquiao is definitely coming back. Are we gonna get some type of? And the thing about Floyd is that you never know if he's gonna come back because he's always training. When he's not fighting, he's training anyways. He be training, so it's like you don't know if he's just getting ready to whoop Pacquiao. Like, because remember, it's not guaranteed that Manny Pacquiao is gonna win. He could lose. Like, we cannot underestimate Mario Barrios. Because earlier I was saying, hey, let's not underestimate Pac-Man. Come on now. Mario Barrios is going to be the favorite to win this fight. So, you know. But what if Floyd Mayweather's perspective right now is if Manny Pacquiao wins, I'm going to whoop his ass? What if that's his frame of mind right now? I don't know. But I'm telling you, a lot of people from the moment Manny Pacquiao said, or it was announced that he was coming back versus Mario Barrios, a title shot, a lot of people have already mentioned Manny Pacquiao's name. Oh, I would love to get in the ring with him. Oh, he's a legend. Oh, a lot of people have, thrown their hat in the ring for that fight in the future. Everybody wants it. So that's why I say if Manny Pacquiao wins, listen, if Manny Pacquiao wins versus Mario Barrios, they're gonna raise his arm, and before they bring it back down, a bunch of fighters already posted. It will be an honor to fight you, Pac-Man. It will be what's good with you. We want to holler at you. A bunch of fighters. By the time Manny Pacquiao arm went down, social media is flooded with fighters calling him out. Maker, Pac ain't the same. It's gonna look like Ugas fight. We're gonna see. We're gonna see because Mario Barrios is supposed to beat Manny Pacquiao. It's supposed to play out like you're saying. But that's the same way that it was supposed to play out versus Keith Thurman, who I think everyone would say is better than Mario Barrios. That's how that fight should have played out. That's how we said it was going to play out. Oh, look, 40-year-old Pac-Man versus young undefeated champion Keith Thurman. He's going to get caught. I thought that there was even a possibility that Manny Pacquiao might get stopped. I really thought that. And look at the way that fight played out. So All I'm saying is that Manny Pacquiao has done enough throughout his career for us to not underestimate him. That's what I'm saying. Don't underestimate. If Mario Barrios wins this fight, right? That's what he was supposed to do. He's gonna be the favorite. But if Manny Pacquiao wins, guess what? A lot of people are gonna be surprised, and then there's some that won't be. I'm gonna be amongst those. I'm telling you, I can't even bring myself to bet against Manny Pacquiao, even knowing that he's 46 years old. I can't do it. Can't do it. Like, no, wait a minute. I already know the type of career that he has had. I already know the type of opponents that he has beaten. I know the experience that he has had. Mario Barrios is going to have all of the physical advantages in this fight. He's taller. He has the longer reach. He's going to be the stronger fighter. He's the much younger guy. All of the physical advantages favor Mario Barrios. But we also have to look at the advantages Manny Pacquiao has. He has the advantage in experience. He has the advantage in speed. He has the advantage in footwork. So he has some advantages that will give him success in this fight. How much success? We're going to find out on Saturday. But I told y'all, I'm not willing to bet against Manny Pacquiao. I'm not. He's already he's already proven me wrong multiple times. This is not gonna be another time proving me wrong. I refuse. By the way, my peoples, you might notice that I'm on the smaller screen right now. Let me explain to you why. My peoples. Today, we are going to be making some Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios predictions. But you can say whatever you want on the chat. I'm going to be sending the link to anybody who's willing to join and jump on the live and give your Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios prediction. So that's why you see that I'm on the little window. Let's see who's brave enough to put your receipt, not just on the chat, but put your face behind your words and make that prediction. So that's why you see that the small window. I'm gonna be sending the link out. You guys get to make your prediction. Um, Bam Rodriguez is gonna be fighting that same night, my peoples. Bam is such a humble guy that he said if they're fighting at the same time, he would tell people to watch his boy Mario Barrios. Pantera Mose, assalamu alaikum. Malaikum salam, my brother. So, again, my peoples, that's the reason why you see that smaller window because I'm going to be sending the link. Anyone who wants to come on Boxing with Breakfast and share your prediction, what you think is going to happen in this fight, let me know and we'll go at it. We'll go at it. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Some of you have asked me, yo, Jay, what's up? When we going to be able to join the live? Today is one of those mornings that you're going to be able to. Boxing on paper, yo, Jay, what do you think the chances are that we might get Shakur versus Ben at 147 this year? I'll answer that question right now. Pantera Mouse, I am from Syria. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you dropping in. I hope you enjoy the show. Um, So boxing on paper, you see that Shakur Stevenson and Conor Ben was going back and forth. You saw the tension right there. And I tell you what, I think there is a possibility that that fight can happen. I think it can. But Conor Ben is going to fight the rematch with Chris Eubank. And I don't know what's going to be, because obviously Shakur is not going to wait for them to fight their rematch, which is not right now. Shakur's going to have another fight too. So I think it's going to depend on what opportunities present themselves for Shakur, whether it's at 135 or 140. But if there's not a big fight, a big name available, because everybody ducking, I think there is a possibility that Shakur Stevenson and Conor Ben can fight. I think. But you know what? It's hard to make that. Look, to be honest, to be realistic, I don't see them fighting this year. I just can't see it. And here's the reason why, my brother. I don't see it. This is already the month of July. Conor Ben has a scheduled rematch with Chris Eubank Jr., right? Shakur Stevenson is not going to wait for them so he can fight again. And if we're already in July, that means that Shakur Stevenson is, for the rest of this year, he's going to have one more fight. So if his next fight is not versus Conor Ben, that's it. His following fight will be next year. So him and Conor Ben are not going to be fighting this year, unless Conor Ben ends up calling off the rematch with Chris Eubank Jr. And instead he's going to schedule a fight with Shakur. So I don't see them fighting this year. I think that's a fight that can happen down the line. And y'all know Shakur's going to whoop him. Raw Dog, Virgil Ortiz doing the heavy lifting, boots on sauce. I don't know. I don't know how you could come up with that conclusion. I have no idea. That's a narrative from Boots haters. They both fighting. Virgil has faced a couple of better opponents. I gotta agree, but if you look at the overall resume, they're about the same. Boots has also beaten some very good opponents. Maker, Ben saying he heard Eubank Jr. is thinking of not doing the rematch. Whoa, I had not heard about that. I tell you what, if they don't do the rematch, then Shakur Stevenson versus Conor Ben is a fight that could happen. Boxing on paper, Maker. That's why I was wondering too. Raw Dog 152, two Russians, BK, two BK. I have no idea what that means, Raw Dog. Badly, you got me on that one. My peoples, again, for those of you who joined, um, the reason you see me in that small window is because today you guys will be able to jump in and share your Manny Pacquiao, Mario Barrios predictions. So anybody who wants to jump in and say your piece on this fight, let me know. I share the link. By the way, my peoples, the way that I'm going to be sharing the link is via Instagram or Facebook. But hopefully, anybody who wants to jump in got Instagram. That's my IG. So they just got to hit me up through right there, and I'll send a DM. I'll send the link, and you can jump on with me. Maker, source. Check Ariel Helwani's interview with Ben. That's what he said. All right, I'll check it out. I appreciate that, my brother. Sharing the source is always a plus, plus, plus. Because you know people be out here making stuff up out of thin air. So, I like that fight. I don't see it happening because I thought Conor Ben and Chris Eubank Jr. are going to be doing their rematch. And if that's happening, then we don't have a fight with Shakur and Conor Ben this year. But if the rematch is off, it can happen. I can see the friction. And you know what? Did you guys, you in the chat, did you see Conor Ben and Shakur Stevenson going back and forth? Did you guys see that video? I want you to notice the respect that Conor Ben has for Shakur. Oh, he's talking. But it's not that same energy that you saw with Ryan Garcia. When him and Ryan Garcia was right there face to face talking. You could see the respect. Shakur's like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, yeah, for real, what's up? Shakur's right there in his face letting him know. And told him, yo, the skill gap is too much. Bait your ass. I will bait your ass. John Parham, salute my brother. Bam. Maker. They got mutual respect. Yeah, they got. So you could see that they got mutual respect. However, Shakur told him in his face, there ain't nothing that I could learn from you. And Conor Ben was like, "Your fights are boring. I hate your fights." But Shakur was like, "What's up? What's up? Holla at me. Let them know. Don't come over here talking about I'm soft and all that other shit. Beat your ass. Let them know the skill gap between me and you. Can't fuck with me." John Parham. So they trying to say Shiraz has something in his glove. They talk. If I'm not mistaken, they trying to say the hand wraps, something about the wraps was off, or I don't know what it is, man. But it's all bullshit. I mean, listen. If I'm, um, if I'm on the opposing team, if I'm Berlanga, and I feel like I could investigate or I should investigate, but come on, my people, this is a championship fight. Berlanga's corner was there when they was wrapping his hands. They signed off on those raps. So I don't want to hear that shit. Maker, Swizz, Dre, Apple, and Shakur Bates. I'm telling you, yo, Edgar Berlanga, man, what makes Edgar Berlanga's beating so embarrassing is the way that he carried himself, the way that he acted with Shiraz throughout the lead up, trying to promote the fight by being the bully, being the bad guy. Oh, look at this gun right here. I'm from the trenches. I'm a superstar. Trying to, make Shiraz look small, like he's the big star, and I'm the. Look, he got pummeled, humbled. Raw dog. Core biddings the paid at 135 has him a tad delusional with going to 147. I mean, I don't know where you're coming from with that. You know, talking about a 28-year-old fighter who's done what he's done. I don't know. It has you a tad delusional thinking that he can't. Your Shakur Stevenson hate has you a tad delusional, brother. Ken G, where you from? How is daytime there? I'm from Dominican Republic, my G, and it's not daytime, it's morning time. 8:38 6:38 in the morning. Um, but again, look, Shakur Stevenson versus Conor Ben is a fight that is most likely not to happen, in my opinion, simply because Conor has an engagement coming up. If that's not canceled, but if that's off, there's always a possibility. Always a possibility. That's all I can say. Boxing on paper. Jay, aside from Bivol, Beterbiev, and Benavides, who excites you the most at 175? Damn, my brother, you really just named all the guys that I really look forward to watching in the division. Um, honestly, 175 is a division that doesn't have as much firepower, and I don't mean firepower inside the ring. I mean as far as the names, the name recognition. So I enjoy a lot of the guys at 175, but as far as following them and commentating, doing commentary on their fights, I don't do it as much. So you mentioned the guys that I really follow in the division. You know what? I'm pretty sure there's some names that are slipping my mind right now. 'Cause I know there's a few fighters that I do like. It's slipping my mind though. Ken G, tell us how you think Crawford Canelo will go. Who do you think is the best fighter of all time? So the best fighter of all time, I go a lot back and forth between Ali and Floyd. I'm constantly going back. Ali Floyd, Ali Floyd. So right now I got Floyd. Sometimes I got Ali. That's what I can tell you about that. As far as Canelo and Crawford, I got Terrence Crawford winning by unanimous decision. I think that it is going to be a good fight, competitive. Um, Terrence Crawford, people are underestimating his reach, advantage, and what he's going to be able to do with it. You see that narrative is Canelo's too big, Canelo's too strong. Just like it was with Errol Spence. Supposedly he was going to be too big and he was going to be too strong for Crawford. We saw how that played out. So people should already learn that too big and too strong doesn't mean you're going to win. They didn't learn, they're going to have to relearn that. Okay. So I say Crawford is going to use his reach in the same manner that we saw Dimitri Bivol. If you watch Dimitri Bivol beat Canelo Alvarez and even make it look easy, you'll notice that he capped that stick out there. He capped that long jab was out there consistent in Canelo's face. And what happened every time Canelo tried to close the gap? Pop, 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 pop. Bivol would let his hands go. So Canelo spent much of the time outside of his own punching range because of the length of Dimitri Bivol. So we have to take into account Terence Crawford has a longer reach than Bivol. To think that he doesn't have the technical skills and savvy to use it against Canelo is crazy work. Like, we've watched Crawford how long for now? How many of his fights have we seen? We know what a technical fighter he is. You think he's not gonna use his reach on Canelo to set him up to then close the gap, pop, 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 and get outside of punching range just like before? You think that he didn't study that tape? So I'm telling you, that's the way that it's gonna go down. Terence Crawford is gonna outbox Canelo. Yes, Canelo's gonna have some success in that fight, but I'll refer you again to the Canelo Bivol fight because you'll notice he wasn't able to have a consistent attack to the body like he usually does versus Dimitri Bivol. Why? Because if you're at the end of that jab, you can't attack the body the same way. That left hook to the body, which is Canelo's bread and butter, you can't do it consistently. If you at the end of that jab, that's the type of punch you got to get on the inside to bang, get him. He did not land that punch 10 times against Dimitri Bivol in the whole fight. Like, I'm talking about, like, when he gets in and lands it flush, bang, right there. He didn't land 10 of those on Bivol in this fight. 10. I don't think he may have not landed 5 of those. So, all I'm telling you is styles make fights. People have to forget about bringing up other fights. They should look. I'm gonna tell you so you can see. I'm gonna debunk anybody that wants to bring up another fight. I'm gonna debunk it for you guys right now. So hit that like button because I'm gonna give you facts. Remember when Terence Crawford was gonna fight Errol Spence, and haters like Raw Dog said that Errol Spence was gonna be too big, and if Terence Crawford got hurt by Little Gamboa, imagine what Errol Spence is gonna do to him. And how did that play out for Errol Spence? Took the pummeling of a lifetime, the baiting of a lifetime, the Swiss, the Dre, and the Applebee's. So did it really matter? Did it really matter that Little Gamboa hurt Crawford when he fought Spence? Did it make a difference? Did it help Spence? No. He got absolutely battered. So you should have learned that. So now, oh, look, he couldn't do nothing to Bivol at 154. So imagine what Canelo is gonna do. Do you see how stupid that argument is? So people need to learn that when there's a head-to-head matchup, whatever happened with that fight over there and that fight over there, it's irrelevant. That don't mean shit. You should have learned that with Errol Spence, but you did. You're gonna have to relearn it. Cool. Cool, you're gonna find out on September 13th. Look forward, and I have a feeling on September 13th is gonna be exactly like when Bud beat Errol. It's gonna be the same way on September 14th. All the people that are saying Canelo's too big, too strong, y'all gonna disappear with Errol fans. Y'all not gonna show up for the live. Y'all not gonna be nowhere to be found. Y'all gonna show for the lot, but you're not gonna be on the chat. You're just gonna be watching quietly. The same way like Shakur Stevenson haters. Where's all the people who said Shakur was gonna run the whole fight? We've been talking about Shakur Stevenson versus Zepeda for like 3-4 weeks. Man, people, yo, he gonna run all the fight, the whole fight running. Zepeda gonna pressure him. What happened? Where they at? They don't want to say that Shakur. What happened? Can't even jump in the chat to say, yo, I was wrong, babe. I said he was gonna run and he did it. Shit, he got me. Come on, my people. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. When you wrong, accept that you wrong. Don't just celebrate that you're right. You're right. Oh, when you're right, you celebrate and act like you 100% right all the time. Except when you're wrong, partner. Kenji, I agree on Floyd, and I hate him while he was fighting. Just being real. Look, man, that's the reality. Floyd Mayweather, he got a lot of hate when he was fighting, but now most people recognize him as the GOAT. I see Shakur Stevenson's career playing out just like Floyd's. Shakur is literally this. It's like Floyd is Michael Jordan and Shakur is Kobe. Vic G, if Alexander Usyk wins this Saturday, will Usyk be considered the best heavyweight of all time? Nah, I don't think he'll be considered the best heavyweight of all time, but he could be put in the conversation as one of the greats. But because you have to think about it, it's not like Dubois is an all-time great himself or a great or consider one of the. So that's a great. It's gonna be a great win for his resume if he wins. Don't get it twisted. I'm not knocking Dubois. He a top level. He an elite level fighter of this era. So let me make that clear. But Dubois has never been a pound for pound fighter. He's never been on the pound for pound list. He's never, he's not gonna boost Usyk's resume to say he's the number one fighter of all time. Nah. Raw Dog, Bivol is a little taller than Bud, Coach, and Russian style. Here's the thing, Raw Dog. Let me put you on to something that you may not be considering about that. Crawford has longer arms than Dimitri Bivol, right? And he's shorter, closer to Canelo's height, right? You know what that actually means? That Crawford's reach on Canelo is going to be a lot more impactful than was Bivol's. Why? Because Bivol was punching down. When you're punching down, it takes a little bit away from your reach. Bud is going to be punching more straightforward. He can punch further than Dimitri Bivol because he's a little bit shorter. Analyze what I'm telling you so you can see. Pit Z, Mike Tyson grew up. Mike Tyson. Salute to Mike Tyson. Great fighter. The Nobody 92. How good is Subriel Matias, Jay Smith? Subriel Matias is a top level fighter. He an elite level fighter. He has some flaws defensively. Honestly, I did feel like Alberto Puello won. I thought they were gonna announce him the winner. Even Subriel Matias thought Alberto Puello won. Watch the replay when they both standing there waiting for the announcement to be made. Look at Subriel's face. He looking down like damn. When they said his name, he looked surprised like he couldn't even believe it. No, he got his ass whooped. But it was a competitive fight, tough fight. Subriel Matias applied pressure for 12 rounds. So I respect it. I felt Alberto Puello won, but I respect the decision. I respect it. Congratulations to Subriel Matias. He becomes a world champion once again. Kenji, they make a big difference in resume. Crawford, Canelo. I haven't been in the boxing loop since HBO dropped. But is Canelo resume great? Most of his opponents I never heard of. I think you mean is Crawford's resume great. So the only elite fighter he fought, he lost, and then the other recognized aren't great, and it was close. Well, Kenji, I gotta tell you, um, that's definitely a perspective that would suggest that you just don't like Canelo, so you have a negative perspective. But if you're saying Canelo only fought one, that's crazy, my guy. Or if you're saying, are you saying Canelo only fought one? You gotta be, because Crawford never lost. So if you're talking about Canelo, you know that you never heard of his opponents, that's crazy, bro. Canelo's fought a lot of opponents, a lot of great opponents. Canelo's Matter of fact, Canelo has 4 Hall of Famers. Look, let me show you. Canelo, because I can start saying names off the top of my head. But instead of doing that, I'm gonna go with the facts, right? Hold on, let me. Healthy crackhead. What my crack guy? What's up, my G? I was about to block your ass, bro, but then I saw it was you. I was like, oh, no, hold on. That's healthy crackhead in the building. Check this out. So, Kenji, you said Canelo only fought one elite person, right? He fought Triple G 3 times. Triple G's elite, bro. I'm asking Kenji. I'm asking Canelo opponents were A level. Yes, the answer is yes. Okay, so the answer is yes, for sure, my brother. Look, I'm going to tell you. He faced Gennady Golovkin, that's Triple G. Faced him 3 times, beat him 3 times. He faced Jermo Charlo, Jaime Munguia, obviously Edgar Berlanga, but Edgar Berlanga's a hype job. Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Smith, Sergey Kovalev, Danny Jacobs, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. before he was washed and on drugs. Liam Smith, Amir Khan, Miguel Cotto, Eddie Landis Lara, Floyd Mayweather, Austin Trout, Josecito Lopez, Shane Mosley. Bro, yeah, so the answer is yes, my brother. Canelo Alvarez has faced a bunch of fighters, multiple Hall of Famers. Definitely, one of the best resumes in boxing today. Philly Talk TV, Triple G Paper Jam, Triple G Paper Champ. That's not a fact. You just don't like him, my brother. That's a harsh opinion about a guy you don't like. The guy's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's a first ballot Hall of Famer, bro. Ken G, Triple G wasn't elite. I'd say A level, though, and it was close. Nah, he was definitely elite. Without a shred of doubt, Triple G was elite. Raw dog, Canelo is a certified legend. You see, look, I'm gonna say this, Philly Talk TV and Ken G. What you guys don't realize is that you're going to the usual hater tactics. What are the usual hater tactics? To try to discredit opponents. Since you don't want to give Canelo his props, you don't want to give Canelo his flowers, what do? Discredit his opponent. Nah, they not elite. They not really all that. But we're looking at world champions, guys that's headed for the Hall of Fame. How they not elite? Miguel Cotto is not elite, a multi-division unified champion. Miguel Cotto wasn't elite either, in your opinion. So it's like, come on. We're talking about guys that's headed for the Hall of Fame and they not elite. Triple G's not elite? Come on, bro. Come on. Saying that Triple G is not elite is not even about Triple G. It's about you don't like Canelo, so you got to discredit his opponent so that you can say he's not elite. That's really what that's about, my brother. Raw Dog, Canelo's a certified legend. Tarzan Rose, Shakur versus Conor Ben. Raw Dog, 140 to 175. Look, I'm going to say this, man. Shakur versus Conor Ben is a fight that I didn't see coming. I don't see coming because supposedly Conor Ben and Chris Eubank Jr. are going to have their rematch. But if that rematch is not going to happen, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with with Conor Ben fighting Shakur Stevenson. Have at it. If Shakur Stevens is willing to jump up multiple divisions and fight the destroyer, let's get it. Philly Talk TV. Canelo is elite. Elite, Triple G, no. And Canelo is my second favorite fighter. Okay, but Triple G, what do you base? Because you have to understand, Philly Talk TV. When you say Triple G is not elite, you're injecting your personal opinion. So tell me, what's behind your opinion that Triple G is not elite? Convince me, right? Because you're just saying that he's not elite. Convince me that he isn't. What's behind that opinion? You tell me why you think he's not elite. Holy shit. God damn. You almost got caught by a big ass wasp. But I survived. Convince me that Triple G is not elite. Based on his resume, based on the numbers. Ken G, your IG appeared backwards. Can you read it? Oh, my bad, bro. My IG is J Smith 134. You can actually, the easiest way, you can take a screenshot and then invert it, and then it'll be a normal. It'll be normal. But it's J underscore Smith with a double F underscore and the number 134. Yo, Philly Talk TV, hit me up if you want to jump on the live and let me know why you think Triple G is not elite. Or my peoples, remember, I said it earlier, for those who just joined the live, if you want to, jump in and give your prediction on Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios, hit me up on IG, and I'm gonna send you the link so you could jump on the live and share your prediction. So y'all already know, my people. Anybody who want to share it, get down with me. Tarzan Ropes, saying Triple G is not elite, it's a brain dead take. I think it's just people don't like. Look, most people that say Triple G, not most people. Let me rephrase that. I was wrong. And I want you to listen to this, Philly Talk TV. 100% of the people who I have ever heard say Triple G's not elite are people who don't like Canelo. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. Now, I had somebody just say, oh, I'm a Canelo fan, but I don't really believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. I don't believe it. To say that Triple G's not elite, whoa, that's that's crazy, my people. That is insane. Like, did we watch the things that Triple G accomplished? The people that he just absolutely whooped? Philly Talk TV, whoop your foes. I love Canelo. All right, if you say I love Canelo, I'm gonna go with you. But to say that Triple G is not elite, that you love Canelo, but you definitely hating on Triple G for whatever reason. You don't like him. Boxing on paper, true story. I was around 20 years old when after Canelo versus Triple G 2, and one night I had a few beers and decided that my first tattoo ever got to be Canelo's name on my leg. No regrets. Canelo gave us fire. You got that tattoo? Philly Talk TV, whelp your force. Okay. Raw Dog, who has fought the better opposition, Canelo or Bud? Who has fought the better opposition? The the answer to that question is actually irrelevant and incoherent. Why? Because who fought the better opposition doesn't dictate who's going to win their fight. It's actually a casual fan point of view to think that. Because if you really think that, that would mean that every champion would always win because they fought the better opposition than the guys that they're fighting. So it's irrelevant who they fought. It's actually incoherent to say, well, this guy fought better, so he's going to win. What? What do you mean? No, that doesn't mean anything. So the answer to your question, styles make fights, Raw Dog. It doesn't matter who fought what opposition. It's about what happens in the ring when they fight each other. Boxing on paper. I wish we got to see Prime Triple G versus Billy Joe Saunders. That would have been a heck of a fight. Heck of a fight. Raw Dog, as a man, I'm asking you. Hold on, Raw Dog. Who has fought the better opposition? So you're not asking as far as the result for the next fight, just for who you think fought the better opposition? Terrence Crawford fought the better opposition. So, like I said, my peoples, we're gonna be making the Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrio predictions and see who you guys think is gonna win. You know, Now, based off of Raw Dog's question, we gotta say that Manny Pacquiao is gonna win, right? You gotta say that Manny Pacquiao is gonna win because Raw Dog, who fought better opposition, Manny Pacquiao or Mario Barrios? Based on your logic, Manny Pacquiao is gonna win, right? Because he fought better opposition, right? Look how easy it is to debunk your point of view, my guy. Who fought better opposition? You see, he's gonna win because he fought better opposition. Stop it, bro. Stop. Don't do it. Tarzan Rose. Canelo has better opposition, but it's because Canelo has been on the top too long, for long. I mean, look, the realistic answer. Canelo has fought the better opposition. Come on. But to ask that question is irrelevant and incoherent because what are you suggesting? What are we, suggesting that is going to happen because Canelo fought the better opposition? What is the point of that question? That question is irrelevant. Philly talk. We are there now. If we are there now, if they was elite, they still be here. They wasn't talked about until two fights before Canelo. Then after that, disappeared. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. That's like I told you. That's people you don't like. That's how you talk about them Philly Talk TV. You just don't like them. That's an elite level fighter that people was following for years. So I have no idea what you're talking about. What you're talking about, Philly Talk TV, is an alternate reality that you live in. Triple G was a star for years, and before Canelo, for years, people wanted that fight. Matter of fact, for years, people were saying Canelo was ducking Triple G. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. Triple G was a reigning world champion for years, defended his title successfully for years. I don't know. You talking to me, my brother's like an alternate reality that I wasn't there. It's like it's like we living in a different universe. Tarzan Rose, man, I would love to see Manny win. I believe it can happen. I said it before. I bet against Manny Pacquiao when he was gonna fight Keith Thurman because I was like, you know what? He's 40 years old. Keith, young, hungry lion, undefeated champion. He's gonna whoop Manny Pacquiao. And we saw how that fight played out. At 40 years old, beat undefeated, young, hungry Keith Thurman. And guess what, Philly Talk TV? There's people just like you saying about Triple G. There's people that say Manny Pacquiao ain't beat nobody. The same way. Every fighter, my brother, the same things that you're saying about Triple G, I could take that paragraph and put it on other people just like that. I could just copy paste it and show you that people say exactly the same thing about every other fighter. It's start trying to discredit their opponents. Greg Marr, facts, raw dog. Keith should have questioned Manny's Lord and Savior. Man, he joked him. See, that's the thing. That was a fight where that's all I remember. Keep joking about the T-Rex arms. What he's gonna do with those little short T-Rex arms? And look what happened. Got dropped by them little short arms. Which brings me to Edgar Berlanga. Pointing hands at the press conference like this. He's gonna break Shiraz's face. Embarrassed. Eric Anthony Davis. Good morning, Jay Smith. I got Barrios, my brother. Salute, my G. Now, look, I've been telling everybody Mario Barrios is the favorite to win this fight. What's supposed to happen is that he wins, maybe even by stoppage. Why? Because Manny Pacquiao is at a huge height and reach disadvantage. Huge. The the difference in height and reach is a lot. So in that case, Manny Pacquiao is gonna have to rely on his speed. Is his speed gonna be there? That's the magic question. is his speed gonna be there? That's what he's gonna rely on. 46 years old. 46 years old. But we have to understand, it's been done before, my people. Manny Pacquiao wouldn't be the first to win a title, in his mid 40s. Hopkins did it at 49. It can happen. Boxing on paper, Jay. Do you keep an eye on amateur fighters? If you do, is there one you can say this dude is the future? So I do keep an eye on amateur fighters, but names off the top of my head is really hard to say. Um, I know a young kid from here, from the Dominican Republic, that bro in the ring, he be looking like Kermel Moten. No cap. I believe that this kid has everything it takes to become a world champion. Um, let's see. He don't got right now. He's an amateur boxer. He's gonna turn. He wants to turn pro soon, but they don't have they don't have a time frame. He's still participating in tournaments and winning. I went to multiple tournaments. Everywhere I went, every time I've seen him, he's won gold. I've never seen him lose in person, and this kid can fight. I'm actually gonna be posting a video where you're gonna get to see him throwing hands and all that. Dominican kid too, man, from out here. Raw Dog Usyk is Dubois' papi. But you gotta remember Dubois dropped him and should have beat him by stoppage in that last fight. So if he catch him with that same body shot, it could be that could turn around. That papi could be the other way around. Regmar, speed is a major factor. I mean, when you have a big difference in size and reach, speed is what can help you overcome that reach advantage. Manny Pacquiao will need that speed. Let's see. I do see fighters who believe in Manny Pacquiao. I saw Zab Judah talking about it, and he got Pacquiao winning the fight. Tarzan Rose. Barrios got dropped by his short notice opponent in his last fight. John Power, let's get to 10. Yeah, let's get to 10 likes, my people. Y'all ducking. Stop ducking that like button. So, again, that fight, we're going to see. We're going to see if Manny Pacquiao can make history, and then what happens after. Because I told you, if Manny Pacquiao is able to, pull off the upset, everybody is going to be calling him out. Everybody's going to want to fight him. I promise you. Everyone is going to want in on the Manny Pacquiao sweepstake. Raw dog, Pacquiao will be juiced to the tatas. Oh, you into conspiracies and shit. Good stuff, good stuff. You like the conspiracy. You're the Mel Gibson of the group. King 45, Iran. So my peoples, there you go once again. Anybody who wants to join the live, hit me up on my DM and I'll send you the link. Remember, if you want to join the live, you could jump in, give your prediction, and get the hell out of here. Or I'll kick your ass out. Jump in and be like, yo, Manny Pacquiao's going to win for this reason. Mario Barrios is going to win for this reason. You could even trash talk why they're going to win. But there you have it, my peoples. That's the Instagram. I know you see it backwards. It's J Smith 134. Well, J underscore Smith 134. Hit me up and I'll send you the link. You could jump on the live with. And by the way, every week I'm gonna be doing this. Every week, at least once, maybe even twice a week, I'm gonna be sending out the links. Who wanna jump in and say your predictions, say your piece. Don't wait. Then it be the days where I'm not sending the link. That'd be people telling me, "Yo, Jay, what's up? When you gonna send the link? So I wanna join the live. What's up? You're gonna get cooked. Jump on the live and cook me. Come on, teach me. Teach me something. I'm just waiting, my people. That's all I'm saying. I'm just waiting. Hold on. Here we go. Bam. Tarzan Rose. Manny gonna retire with the belt. Let's see, man. Let's see, because winning that title is gonna mean that a lot of opportunities and a lot of money is gonna be offered to Manny, and he's gonna have to decide whether or not he wants to turn it away. And it's hard because it's not just about turning it away. It's also about when you're a fighter and you have the opportunity to fight, you want to fight. You want to fight. Look, me, I'm. I just turned 47 years old, my G. And if I could get a fight right now with somebody around my age, I will fight. I wish I could get a fight right now. Raw dog, coach. You think fighters don't use PEDs? I do think there's fighters that use PEDs. I just don't go around accusing people without a single shred of evidence. I don't make stuff out of thin air. I'm not into conspiracies, my guy. Now, if a guy get popped, I believe that they should get what they deserve. But I don't make stuff up just because I don't like somebody as a hate tactic. Tony Cross, hi, I'm from Russia. Ooh, salute, Tony Cross. Appreciate you dropping in, my brother. Bam, Russia's in the building. Um, Again, my peoples, I'm not into the conspiracies, into accusing fighters, you know, into accusing fighters I don't like, oh yeah, this guy, he did PEDs, but he never got caught, but yeah, he did. Nah, I don't do those. If you see me saying that somebody did PEDs, that's because they already popped dirty. It's undisputable. But I don't accuse people of shit just to accuse them because I don't like them. Hold on, my people. Hold on. Because we talking about Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios, but Sebastian Fundora versus Tim Tszyu 2 is going down, y'all. We haven't spoken about that fight at all. Tarzan Rose. Tyson Fury probably retired to get on the PED cycle and come back. No, that's not. That's conspiracy theory stuff, man. That's some old Michael Rappaport. Not Michael Rappaport. Rappaport, some shit report. I don't know. But nah, bro. Come on. You making stuff up out of thin air, my G. So Sebastian Fundora versus Tim Tszyu 2 is going down. Fellas. Fellas. If you remember the first fight, Tim Tszyu was actually laying hands on Fundora before, he got cut, which was by an elbow. Raw dog. James Tony popped. Okay. That don't got nothing to do with Manny Pacquiao though, right? So if you pop, you pop. But if you didn't, it's not fair to say that you're doing steroids. Um, the fight with Sebastian Fundora and Tim Tszyu, I watched it, and I watched it more than once. And I want you guys to check it out before Tim Tszyu got cut. He was laying hands on Sebastian Fundora. I felt like he was winning. And, not that he was washing him, but I felt like he was winning a competitive fight. And everything changed when Tim Tszyu started bleeding all over his face. It was literally going over his eye. You could see him constantly wiping the blood of his eyes. So to people that think that Fundora is just gonna wash him, nah. Tim Tszyu, I will say, Mortasaliev background, he washed Tim Tszyu, washed him, and it was a beatdown. But I think that was a learning experience. Um, Mortasaliev is one of those fighters who you just don't see him coming. To be underestimating him. If you don't, there's fighters who you just don't stand in front of him and trade leather. Timmy tried to go fire for fire with him. The same way Big Baby tried to go fire for fire with McCauley. And it didn't work out. I think when they started trading and Timmy started getting clipped, he should have. They should have changed the game plan. They should have went to a plan B. They should have went to, okay, let's use the forward. Let's use more feints. Let's use more jabs. They didn't do that. And Backward put the nasty base on Tim Tszyu. But, I'm not a social media boxing fan. So Tim Tszyu losing twice doesn't mean to me that he's a hype job or that he's a bum or that he's not that good. Nah. Nah. Tim Tszyu is an elite level fighter. Simple as that. And I believe that he's going to become a world champion again. I don't know if it's going to be right now. Is he going to beat Tim Tszyu? I mean, is he going to beat Sebastian Fundora? We're going to see. But Tim Tszyu is for real. He's cut from that cloth. R30. What it be like, my G? My brother, what's the deal? Bam. You already know what it is. By the way, R30, since you just jumped in, to you and everybody else on the chat, I sent the link. No. I didn't send the link, but I will send the link to anybody who wants to join the show and give your prediction on Manny Pacquiao. On Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Armando Rosados, hey champ, salute from Puerto Rico. Armando, what's the deal, my brother? Bam, appreciate you dropping in. So there you have it, my people. That's my Instagram, J Smith 134. Anybody who wants to join the live and give your Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios predictions, there you have it, my people. There you have it. Send that DM. I'll send you the link. Hop on with your boy Jay Smith. People be scared to death. You can't just be wanting to cook me in the comments and then be scared to death to jump in my face and say it to my face. Come on. This is your opportunity. And I'm gonna tell you guys what. Tuesdays, hold on a second. Tuesdays is gonna be the day. R30, easy work. Pac isn't the fighter he once was. But that's the thing, R30. When he was gonna fight Keith Thurman, a lot of us said easy work. And look what happened, bro. Look what happened. We said Keith Thurman was gonna put the base on him. And look, at 40 years old, he made history. Armando Rosado, I can't go against Manny, man. I can't go against Manny, man. That's my man, bro. Tell you, I'm saying that I'm having a hard time going against Manny Pacquiao just because how talented he is and what he's been able to accomplish throughout his career. We can see him get old in front of our face in this fight. Father time, like I'm saying, I can't go against Manny Pacquiao, fully understanding that this could play out horribly bad for him. This could be end up in a brutal knockout in Barrios' favor, and we could be like, damn man, why he come back to get this brutal beatdown like that? So let's see, he believe in himself. He's made history enough times for me to say, you know what? I can't count him out. Can't. Raw dog. Pac need money like Foreman. Nah, you just hating, bro. There you go with the negative takes on Pac-Man. First a steroid, now he need money. You see, Raw dog, that you got that hate in your blood. The first thing that you brought was steroid. Dude never popped dirty. Now you saying that he need money. Again, making shit out of thin air just because you don't like Pac-Man. Come on, bro. Don't be that type of fan. Don't be that. Don't be the hater. Armando Rosado, Barrios is a tough cat. And he can fight, flat out. Flat out, he can fight. And he's big. That's the thing. Mario Barrios, physically, he's big in front of Manny Pacquiao. Can Manny Pacquiao overcome the size, the height, and reach advantages at 46 years old? I don't know, bro. Honestly, I don't know. I have to say it. Dennis John, put your money on Pacquiao. Plus 175. I I said that weeks ago. Manny Pacquiao's gonna be the underdog. If I'm gonna put my money, I'm gonna put it on him. Raw dog, you think Pac fighting for glory? Of course he's fighting for glory. He's fighting for another title. What are you talking about? He would add another title to his resume. He would also add the possibility of returning undefeated. A 46-year-old fighting for a title. I mean, I understand that out of thin air you want to make up why you think he's fighting, but that's just the hate that you have in you. John Parham, I don't think Pac is broke. Man, Pac is a millionaire, bro. That guy got millions that he'll never experience brokenness in his life. Him, his kids, his family, they're wealthy for the rest of their life. They have generational wealth. That's just the haters that talk like that. That's a bad look, Raw Dog. When you make stuff up out of thin air, just because you don't like somebody, that's a bad look, bro. R30. Respect for Pac-Man, not cherry picking. Armando Rosario, Mario fight great in the pocket. He can trade, bro. He can trade. He can trade leather. Raw Dog, keeping it real isn't hate. Raw Dog, saying that Pac-Man did steroids is hate. That's not keeping it real. You never seen nobody prove or even show that Pac-Man did steroids. So that is hate. Saying that he's broke is also not keeping it real. That's hate because you don't have any evidence that he's broke. You literally made that up out of thin air right now. Like you just made it up. Tell me exactly what was your source to decide that he's broke, or what was your source to decide that he's on steroids. So, Raw Dog, you gotta stop making stuff up and saying that you keeping it real. That's far from keeping it real. That's actually keeping it fake, quite fake, because you don't got nothing to back you up. You don't. There is absolutely nothing to back up your claims. So that's the opposite of real. Manny Pacquiao doing steroids, Manny Pacquiao being broke. That's fake. So it's kind of an oxymoron to claim that you're being real while at the same time you're saying some fake shit. Come on, bro. John Parham, he not about cherry picking. He fought from broke. Come on, bro. That look, the thing about being a hater, and that's when you're a hater of any fighter. When you're a hater of any fighter, you make yourself look bad because in order to hate, you have to start making stuff up that's not even real. Out of nowhere, like out of thin air. So what happens when you make stuff up? People are just gonna debunk you easily. And then you're gonna look bad. They're like, come on. You know, like all you have to do, and it's very simple, is look for Manny Pacquiao's net worth. This guy's worth over $200 million. And you got people like Raw Dog making shit up out of nowhere, out of thin air. Looking at, oh, Pac-Man has a third grade education level. He's broke. Like, where do people make stuff up like this from? Like, what? Like, I don't understand it. Manny Pacquiao has multiple mansions, multiple properties. Like, this guy lives like a king. This guy lives like a king. Look at Manny Pacquiao's lifestyle. I'm sorry, Raw Dog, but I gotta let you sit there like you're really arguing about a wealthy man, about a millionaire. I gotta let you sit there and do that on your own. Yeah, I can't keep going back and forth with you. But Raw Dog, the hate that you expressing right now, hold on, bam. That's it. You're a certified hater. I gotta make sure I can't have certified haters holding that down like that. My man said Manny Pacquiao is broke. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? Nah, you're a certified hater, man. You're exposing yourself. Armando Rosado, do you think Manny has legs to use fight lateral and circle Barrios? He needs it. I don't know. I honestly don't know. And I say that to you because yes, at 40 years old, he showed us that he had it against Keith Thurman, caught us by surprise. Cool. Can he still do it at 46? That's the magic question. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Raw Dog is talking about, man. Like, what are we doing now? What are we doing over here? Like, come on now. So, like I said, listen, Armando, I don't know if Manny Pacquiao is gonna have the legs to do it for 12 rounds. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm pretty sure he'll be able to do it in the beginning. Watching him in training now, in real training, I could see him doing it. I see, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to maintain it because we already know that Mario Barrios is a fighter who could take a shot. We know this. So Manny Pacquiao is not just gonna go out there and knock him out. He can take a shot. So I want to see, okay, if Mario Barrios is gonna be able to take whatever Manny Pacquiao is gonna give him, and I believe he will, that means it's gonna be up to Manny Pacquiao to hold it down for 12 rounds. Can he do it at 46 years old? I don't know, my brother. I can't bet against him. If you tell me place a bet right now, I'm placing it on Manny Pacquiao to make history. That's it. Bertha Gomes. What up, bro? Good morning. Good morning, Bertha. Bam. Raw dog, he needs some money. Okay, you got it, champ. Bertha Gomes. I bet I got Mario Barrios, Tim Zoo, and I don't know who. I don't know what Fierro. I don't know what you got there. Oh, you got Mario Barrios winning that fight, and you got Tim Zoo beating. Oh, Fondora. I'm guessing you meant to write Fondora. Look, Tim Zoo versus Fondora is a very interesting matchup. Like I told y'all before, I don't care that Fondora lost previously. I know that he's cut from that cloth, 100%. I promise you. He has a chance to beat Fondora in the rematch. If you watch the first fight, before Fondora cut him with the elbow, it was unintentional, of course. But before that moment, Tim Tszyu was laying hands on him, and it looked like he was headed for a victory. And then the blood started getting all in his face, all in his eyes, and everything went downhill from there. So I say Timmy has a chance to win that fight. It's going to be a very competitive fight. I haven't made a prediction yet. I will, but Timmy has a chance. Bertha Gomes, what you think, my guy? Mario Barrios, Tim Tszyu. You got Mario Barrios beating Pac-Man? Listen, I said it. I don't want to. I just can't bet against Manny Pacquiao. He already proved me wrong versus Keith Thurman. I know that's when he was 40 years old, 6 years ago. But still, man, Manny Pacquiao is a special fighter, a generational fighter. And if anybody can pull it off, it's him. There's other historical fighters who've won titles at that age or older. Bernard Hopkins was 49. If somebody could join that list of fighters, Manny Pacquiao is the guy. Armando Rosado. Manny is a boxer, movie star, senator, promoter. Man has crazy money. Broke? I don't think so. I'm telling you, man, when people don't like somebody, they become delusional in their hate. Start making stuff up out of thin air. Ay, date la vuelta para ayudarte un abrazo. They become delusional, and it's hate, hate, hate. You know how much hate there is when you have to make stuff up that doesn't exist just because you don't like somebody. Okay, wow. You want to say good morning to the people? You want to say good morning to the people? Bertha Gomes. Angel Fierro, bro. So honestly, I haven't seen enough of him to make a true assessment. I can't make a real assessment. Raw dog. Raw dog, 2 rounds, putting hands, headed for a victory. John Pound, Raw dog, they already said he feels he good for 2 more fights. He owns a few houses, and his main one is like fortress. And his country, he cheap as hell to live. And bro, there's countries, and the Philippines is one of them, that if you go there with $1 million, you're gonna live your lifetime. That's it, you're done. You'll never work again. That shit is gonna be hundreds of millions over there. The money that Manny it's like Canelo Alvarez. The money that Canelo Alvarez got in dollars when you go to Mexico, he's a billionaire in Mexico. Billions. Canelo owns blocks. I think he could own cities in Mexico with his money. So come on. So if you say some hate stuff, some hate narrative that you made up out of thin air, I could answer to you once or twice, but then I can't keep answering. Like, come on, like this is not this is not a conspiracy boxing channel. We're not into making stuff up and debating stuff that just we don't like this guy. Let's make stuff up that don't exist. We talking boxing, right? See, the abierta. We talking boxing, so let's let's forget about the pocket watching haters. um, will Manny Pacquiao have what it takes to win that fight? Will Manny Pacquiao have? Will Manny Pacquiao have what it takes to win that fight? We're gonna find out, man. But I would not bet against him. I'm just being real with y'all, my peoples. I would never, just because. And I understand. Look, to those who are saying it's gonna play out the same way that it did with Ugas, I understand, yeah. I understand it, because yeah, you're doing a good job. Whoa, 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 good job. Armando Rosado, Manny the GOAT in the Philippines. You got that right, my brother. Rodo, let's not be naive, girls. We're men. John Pound, Rodo, you tripping today. I don't know. I don't know what's up, man. I don't know. Rodo confusing men with hate. Like, come on now. Stop. No. Being men doesn't mean that you gotta make stuff up out of thin air. Those are two different conversations, Rodo. In fact, being men, you wanna talk about being men? Being men, it's about being straightforward, telling the truth. If you don't have any information to tell you that Pacquiao is broke, because you don't have any information, because that's a lie, that's actually pretty girly of you. It's actually pretty feminine of you to talk about how Manny Pacquiao is broke and how he did steroids. That's feminine. So this is not the right time for you to talk about we men when you're doing that feminine ass shit. See? You want to keep it real. I'm quick to keep it realer. We men. But you over here acting like a female, making shit up, gossiping and making up rumors and spreading lies. That's not manly, bro. That is not manly at all. Juan, how you know Pac need money? How you know that? I mean, imagine. He don't know that. He just made it up out of thin air. So you out here gossiping like women and telling people that we men. Bro, it's not the right time to you don't gossip and then be like, nah, but we men. Bro, at least don't talk about we men when you're doing some girly ass shit. God damn. What is going on? I'm living in the matrix over here. I'm living in the matrix over here, yo, for real. How do we just make stuff up out of thin air? Like how can people do this? I don't understand it. Bing Fong de Villa. I don't understand what you're trying to say, man. Maybe you want attention. There you go. I read your name, so that was enough attention for you. Armando Rosado. How can Manny be broke? This man's last fight had over 50 million, being his own promoter. Bro, it's like I told you. When people don't even realize this, that when they hate on a fighter, they actually embarrass themselves because in order to hate, they find themselves lying, making up making up stats that don't exist, making up fake stuff, making up trying to create a narrative to feed what they want to believe, and they embarrass themselves. Raw dog, you don't see it, but you this morning you've been embarrassing yourself the whole time, talking about he broke and on steroids. You're embarrassing yourself, bro. And then you gossiping like a girl and telling other men, yo, we men over here. Let's act like men. While I gossip like a little girl. Stop it, bro. Don't do it to yourself like that. This is Box Center, your favorite boxer's favorite boxing show. Um, Raw Dog, I follow boxing 48 years. Tyson Holyfield all broke. Okay, so what does that mean? Do you think that everybody goes broke? Floyd Mayweather's not broke. Oscar De La Hoya is not broke. Roy Jones Jr. is not broke. There's a bunch of fighters that's not broke. What does that even mean? What does that got to do with anything? Follow boxing for all those years doesn't got nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. Like, come on, stop. Everybody doesn't go broke. Everybody is not broke. And the funny thing is, and the funny thing about what you just said, I want you to really think about that. You said you follow boxing 40 years, Tyson Holyfield all broke. Again, you're wrong. Following boxing for all those years didn't even teach you right, bro. It didn't teach you right. Right now, Mike Tyson is a millionaire. So Mike Tyson went broke, and because of his boxing fame, he was able to go back up. This dude's a millionaire. This dude generating millions off of his weed business alone. What are you talking about, Mike Tyson, bro? What are you doing? Yo, go ahead and look at Mike Tyson, bro. Look at the house that he lives in. Look at the cars that he drives. Look at the security team that he move around with. What are you talking about, bro? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, Road Dog. Don't do that. You saying he blew his boxing money. Point is that he made money outside of boxing because he was a star in boxing. That's why. Mike Tyson didn't have to fight for money. He didn't have to fight Jake Paul. He was already a millionaire. His cannabis business, all the money he's making, all the money in the world. He's a millionaire. But still, Mike Tyson is not fighting. Mike Tyson is a retired fighter. We're talking about Manny Pacquiao. And you're over here making stuff up out of thin air. Making stuff up. Don't make stuff up out of steroids when there is not a shred of evidence of Manny Pacquiao ever doing it. Don't do it. You make yourself look bad when you do that. Talk about steroids, steroids. Why you try to make that part of the conversation, bro? Come on now. That's hate. That's too much hate. Too much hate, bro. All right, look. How about this, raw dog? Let's stop pocket watching and forget about people's money. Let's talk about boxing, bro. How about that? Forget about pocket watching. These people, they doing good. They doing better than all of us. Let's forget about them for a second. Because that's the thing. Boxing, we're the fan base who say that people who are living off better than us are broke. They got bigger houses than us, better cars than us, more money than us, but they broke. So let's forget about their money and talk about what actually happens in the ring, bro. Xavier Perez, y'all worried about two men. They're broke or not. Are y'all broke? It looks like it. It looks like it, but compared to those two, man, we are broke. Compared to them, we are broke. John Parham. Tyson had a cannabis business and a podcast and still get paid from royalties. Armando Rosado, we broke. Juan Ocasio, yeah, I don't know what broke is to Raw. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, I guess somebody could be owning multiple mansions, owning multiple pools, owning a car collection, and having millions of dollars coming in from different sides, but somehow be broke. That's how it be sometimes, I guess. Juan Ocasio, yeah, I don't know what broke is. Um, Look, my peoples, we seriously digressed. We seriously, Raw Dog took us into pocket watching territory. Let's step out of it for a second. Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao they're gonna be fighting on Saturday, man. I don't want to be talking about Manny Pacquiao's money. Let's leave that to Raw Dog. Um, I want to know: is it really possible? Can it really happen that a 46-year-old Pac-Man beats a young, strong, reigning champion, Mario Barrios? Can it happen? Can it happen, my people? John Parham. Tyson was worth 11 million before Jake fight. I mean, bro, Tyson has been wealthy for a very long time. Simple as that. Ion Popa. Tyson has been wealthy for a very long time. Yes, he did experience financial issues, but that was a very long time ago. Um, so look, my people, this weekend I will say it, but you guys should already know it. I am gonna be calling those fights. Do not miss. Do not miss Fight Night with Jay Smith. Because I have a feeling, look, regardless of who's gonna win that fight between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios, I have a feeling it's gonna be very, very competitive. I said it before. Manny Pacquiao is not gonna get washed. Although I I will say this fight can actually play out similar to Ugas, to where Manny Pacquiao never really got in a rhythm where you felt like, okay, he's winning this fight now. He had a couple of moments here and there, but throughout most of the time, Ugas is the person who dictated the pace, who imposed his style in the fight. So let's see how this can happen again, can happen, but we don't know. We don't know. Raw Dog, let's start with the money, my guy. You've been stuck on money for like 30 minutes already. You good. That's it. You got it. You know money more than everybody, and you good. But this is not a pocket watching boxing channel. This is a boxing channel, my brother. It's not about finances. Let's leave the finances for a finance YouTube channel. Um, so Mario Barrios is going to be the favorite, right? I think mostly everybody knows that. In fact, somebody posted the odds. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna put a little money on Manny Pacquiao. He's the underdog. I'm gonna put a little bit of money on that underdog, just in case. Because, like I told you, Mario Barrios is the favorite. He's the guy who's supposed to win the fight. But me personally, I cannot bet against Manny Pacquiao. Just being honest with you, I just cannot do it. I know what Manny Pacquiao. Oh shit, my peoples, this live is gonna end. I'm gonna end this live because my battery's about to run out. So before it drop on me, I'm gonna end it. My people, I want to give a salute to everybody who tuned in today. I appreciate you guys. Bam. Tomorrow's episode, Boxing for Breakfast. Don't forget to tune in. We're going to make a bunch of predictions. We're going to go crazy. Yo, I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. About to run out of battery. Before this shit cuts off, I'm the one that's gonna get out of here on my own terms. Not when the phone cut me out. My peoples. One love to everybody, man. Peace.